Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Podcast. I'm your host, Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy motherfucking Monday. Today is September 16th, actually. September has been flying by, man. It's actually really fucking crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's actually like whipping by, and it's really nuts. Um, but like I said, welcome to Music Mondays. Happy Monday. I'm your host, Tom Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Today is episode 191. Episode 191. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Crazy last week or so. For Music Mondays, for myself, for pretty much everybody, man. Relatively insane week, but regardless, let's talk. Let's get into it. So we have some weekly recap jazz we're gonna get into. We have some reactions and reviews to get to. We have a whole lot of jazz to get into. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, all right. So I just want to check something real quick. We're gonna get into some reactions, or no, we're gonna get into some weekly recap jazz first. But some really cool stuff about to go down, and we got to talk about it. So, let's see here. All right, let's do some weekly recap stuff. So let's get into it. What happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so? All right. Per usual, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are still available. We have some smalls, we have some mediums, and we have some larges. So a pretty good variety, but we are running low. So once those are gone, those will be gone for the rest of the year. We probably won't be doing another merch drop until either next year or like sometime towards Christmas, but probably not. We're gonna try to cap this one off and then get another one started relatively soon. So with that said, per usual, Basic Music Mondays logo tees are available right now. They are in stock. So, let's see here. So, following that, per usual, you guys know the shows are live on Mondays. So, we always drop the show exclusively on the Music Mondays Patreon early the following day, if not the night the show gets done. For you guys to kind of watch in high quality. If you don't want to use Twitch, you can go in there and clip it and download it and kind of record and do whatever you need to do with the show, right? So Music Mondays early access content drops every single Tuesday, so that's available right now if you missed episode 190 and you want to get it early. You want to get any episode early, really. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. Heading into, let's see here, Wednesday, we actually announced two brand new Music Mondays staff members. So welcome the homie AJ. AJ is a brand new Music Mondays staff writer. We're bringing them on board to kind of speak with them about starting out their kind of writing journey, right? Because they've never written articles before. So we're always willing to teach passionate individuals at Music Mondays, really about the process, what it's like to be on the Music Monday staff team and things like that. So huge shout out to AJ. Welcome AJ to the staff team. And of course, welcome the homie Jester to the Music Mondays curation team. So we had a new writer, a new curator. So welcome, homie Jester. They're going to be helping curate some artists for all of our playlists, including SoundCloud Sunday, and a lot of the stuff that we do over there on SoundCloud. So definitely go show those two some love. Huge shout out to Jester and AJ. You guys are awesome. So that was Wednesday, and then we headed into Thursday, per usual, with a brand new YouTube upload. You guys know the drill. So we do drop videos every Thursday and every Saturday. But last week we dropped community feedback number 14. So if you missed that over on episode 190 of the Music Mondays podcast, definitely go check out community feedback number 14. And if you don't know what community feedback is, that is our monthly segment where we kind of give the community a space to speak their mind, a space where they want to, spitball some ideas to Music Mondays, who you like to see on the show, what topics you'd like to see on the show. So community feedback number 14 is live right now, so definitely go check that out and go show that some love. And again, huge shout out to everybody that's showing the video some love over on the Music Mondays channel. We're like very close to 300 subscribers. I think we're like 6 away. So that's like super exciting, man. But other than that, like I was saying, new videos every Thursday and every Saturday. Make sure you go check those out. Go show those some love. Make sure you sub to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, like 6 away from 300, so that's exciting. But that's live right now. So again, go check that out and go show that some love. Let's see here. So that was Thursday, and then we headed into Friday with 2 brand new articles. Actually, we had a pretty stacked week for Music Mondays, man. Lots of extra drops this week, which is really always nice to see, right? I definitely always want to have stacked weeks when it comes down to like actual drops and consistent drops. So this week was a little bit more active. But again, 2 brand new articles dropped on Friday right now. One by the homie Layla, Music Mondays staff writer, a very, very talented individual. And of course, one by the homie, me, actually. You guys know I always continue to write articles from time to time, right? So it's one of those things where I always try to fit them in where I can with artists that I think totally deserve it, right? So again, a brand new review by the homie Layla and a new interview by me is live right now on the Music Mondays website. So go check that out. Go check those out. Go show those some love. And huge shout out to everybody who already has show those some love, man. We have a huge, huge stash of articles live on the site right now. Make sure you go check them out and go show them some love, man. So, let's see here. So that was Friday. We headed into Saturday with a brand new episode of the Music Mondays podcast. So you guys know the drill. If you missed the live show on Monday, every Thursday they drop on audio platforms if you do miss the show. So again, in addition to a new YouTube upload, those do drop every single Thursday. But again, if you're more of a fan of the YouTube side of things, those drop every single Saturday. So again, episode 190 is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted, tuned in, and showed love to episode 90. Make sure you go show that some love, and make sure you go run up the YouTube versions of the Music Mondays podcast, man. Let's fucking get it. So, let's see here. All right. That was Saturday, actually. So heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 152 is available right now on our SoundCloud. That was curated by me, the homie Jester, brand new Music Monday staff curator, and the homie Avanko. So a really stacked SoundCloud Sunday, which is fantastic, man. That's definitely what you love to see. Lots of variety, lots of different genres, lots of pretty much everything, man. So that's probably one of our better SoundCloud Sundays in quite some time. I mean, they're all fantastic, right? But this is one where you're definitely gonna get like a lot of variety on there, which I think is always like a super, super big plus, right? So SoundCloud Sunday Volume 152 is available right now. Make sure you go check that out and go show that some love. And huge shout out to everybody that did submit to SoundCloud Sunday. So per usual, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do open every single Wednesday. So again, make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Follow us on socials to keep your keep all your announcements in one place, man, and make sure you stay up to date with what Music Mondays has going on. So, all right. Let's see here. That's pretty much your weekly recap. That's a lot of the major stuff that happened over at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. We're gonna talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. We're gonna go over some recruiting jazz. We're gonna have a little bit of a discussion segment, somewhat, and then we're gonna head into some reactions and reviews. So again, pretty stacked show. This will be exciting. Well, let's fucking get into it. So, weekly recap is good. Let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week. All right, so per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for brand new staff members. If you're a writer, journalist, curator, designer, you want to do short form, you want to do long form media, definitely let us know. We are recruiting. We're looking for like 1 or 2 more spots to fill in for any of those roles as well. So definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us an email. Definitely pitch yourself, even if you don't have that much experience in the underground space. Maybe you're just like extremely passionate and you want to learn. We're always down for that as well. So again, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. And Music Mondays is recruiting. If you have any more questions about roles or anything like that, of course, you can always message me, or you can check out our role guide on the Music Mondays YouTube channel right now, where I kind of break down the roles in a little bit more of a detailed way, right? I kind of break down what's expected of all the Music Mondays roles, what your role exactly is, what you'll be doing in that role, and things like that. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. That's a role guide where I, like I said, kind of break it down in a little bit more detail. So go check that out. Go show that some love. So Um, per usual, in addition to recruiting, Music Mondays is on the hunt for exclusives. So per usual, you guys know the drill. For anybody new here, we are on the hunt for SoundCloud exclusives. So again, if you have any SoundCloud tracks that are unreleased and you want to have hosted and promoted on Music Mondays for completely free and promoted across all of our socials for completely free, definitely let us know, because that's something we're definitely on the hunt for pretty much 24/7. So again, if you have an unreleased track, we're only interested in unreleased tracks. You can do whatever you want with the track afterwards. You want to put it on all platforms, great. If not, you want to just let us host the SoundCloud version, that's also great as well. But again, we are only interested in unreleased material, so keep that in mind. Definitely let us know if that's something you're interested in, because we'd love to have a track hosted by you on our SoundCloud, right? So definitely let us know, because we are on the hunt. Per usual, that's not only to help kind of serve our supporters over there on SoundCloud, but a really nice way to archive music and a really nice way to kind of promote artists in a little bit of a different fashion, right? So just keep that in mind. And again, definitely let us know if that's something you're interested in. Same goes for YouTube as well. We are on the hunt for YouTube exclusives. So again, if you have a music video, AMV, lyric video, visual, even if you want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, definitely let us know. Because again, that's something we're interested in as well. So if you want a video, a visual, or anything like that hosted on our channel of almost 300 subscribers and hosted and promoted across all of our socials for free, definitely let us know, because again, that's something we're on the hunt for as well. So SoundCloud exclusives, YouTube exclusives, let us know if you want to be promoted on either of those when it comes to Music Mondays, because we're really starting to push in that direction as well. I mean, I guess we really always have. I just always want to keep like a constant reminder of it, right? So super, super important. But recruiting, exclusives, weekly recaps. So we went over all those relatively important topics there. So, right, all right. Let's talk, my friends. So, what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? So that'll be something that's like a very important. Many of you know, big thing, Cyberfest. We'll be talking about that here in a second, but that's well underway. And that's a pretty big moving part when it comes to what I'm doing here at Music Mondays and things that I'm focusing on in the background. So that's definitely one. We're going to put out at least one more merch promo to see if we can get the rest of our merchandise off when it comes to Music Mondays and the rest of our merch. So again, you're going to see some small promo go out for that as well. Let's see here. So, outside of those two major things, we've been working on a Music Mondays Patreon update, actually. So, that'll be coming over the course of the next couple weeks, where we add a little bit more goodies to each tier and give everybody a little bit more for their money's worth, right? So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, you should be getting a whole lot of new perks relatively soon. So those big three things are like relatively important, like very, very big moving parts when it comes to Music Mondays. So that's something that I definitely want to make sure that we keep in mind and let you guys know. So but those three things are in the background. And of course, in addition to our monthly and weekly content, I've been talking to a lot of the other Music Money staff members when it comes to new ideas and how we're going to close out the year. And we have a couple of things on the back burner that we're going to introduce relatively soon that I think will be really, really fun. When it comes down to a lot of that stuff, though, that'll be implemented again as quarter four kind of really starts off, right? So we'll be kind of extremely busy, definitely. But we're looking to introduce a whole lot of new things before the end of the year, because there's only like 3 months realistically left of the year, so we really want to make sure that we get all this done and ready to go. So again, crunch time, lots of really good stuff going on, and of course, like I said, monthly and weekly content will stay the same. So per usual, your articles, submissions, playlists, podcasts, monthly YouTube videos, different types of YouTube videos, all that other good stuff will continue. We're gonna have a major website update relatively soon as well. Lots of stuff will be switched up over there. Lots of stuff will be updated over there. So again, a lot's happening over at Music Mondays, my friends. So that's kind of like what's coming up over the course of the next week or so. And that kind of leads me into this last topic that I want to talk about before we get into some reactions and reviews. Let's get into it. All right, let's sip some coffee and let's talk for a second before we get into some reactions. So, Let's talk coffee. Let's do that. All right. So, um, man, oh man, oh man. All right. One thing that's like super, super important when it comes down to this week is crunch time for Cyberfest. So, one major announcement that I did want to make here on the show when it comes down to Cyberfest 2 is we will be putting out the flyer this Friday. So you should see the full lineup and everything like that this Friday, September 20th. So that'll be something that's like super fucking major for us. Um, I'm trying to make sure that this lineup is good. I'm trying to make sure everybody's sets are good and make sure that everybody's kind of coordinated and ready to go. So, man, oh man, oh man. All right. So again, expect a full lineup and a full flyer this Friday, September 20th. Keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're an artist, you're going to be getting some more information this coming week, of course. So again, a couple things there when it comes to Cyberfest 2. You'll have your official dates, times, things like that, where it's going to happen, all that other good jazz. So, Cyberfest 2, man, gonna be pretty fucking crazy. I don't want to leak too much more information until the flyer's out and things like that, but make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you follow us on socials because we will be putting out a pretty major announcement in addition with the flyer, right? So we're gonna have the flyer this Friday, September 20th, in addition to another pretty major announcement when it comes to Music Mondays. So lots of relatively big moving parts here, but yeah, it should be good. It should be super fucking solid. It should be super fucking solid. So again, make sure you're following us on all socials at All Music Mondays. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for major updates when it comes to the full Cyberfest 2 lineup, how you can get involved in Cyberfest, how you can get involved in the next Cyberfest, and things like that. So lots of very important jazz coming down here when it comes to Cyberfest 2. So again, keep your eyes peeled for announcement September 20th, 2024. Full lineup, full flyer, all that good jazz. So keep your eyes peeled. And huge shout out to everybody that wanted to be a part of this, and huge shout out to everybody that for really wanting to come through last minute and well, not really last minute, but really kind of get involved in Cyberfest, right? So that's something where I think it's just super fucking important. So busy week, crazy week, but again, expect a major announcement this Friday. Make sure you get ready for Cyberfest 2. Let's fucking get it. All right. So we did some weekly recap stuff. We spoke about recruiting. We spoke about exclusives. We spoke about Cyberfest 2. We spoke about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week. All right. So outside of that, let's get into some reactions and reviews. It's about that time, my friends. So, all right. You guys know the drill, but for those of you that don't, and possibly you're new here, let's break it down for you. So, all right. And like I said, many of you know the drill, but if you don't, tweets are always in the same format. They'll always read. Artists and creatives submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on September 16th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/soundplays, which is here and now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. And again, many of you know, contrary to our name at Music Mondays, we've pretty much reacted to everything here on the show. Everything from music, art, fashion, photography, videography, edits, merch. We've quite literally reacted to pretty much everything here on the show, so feel free to submit whatever, right? And of course, the logic being that so many artists are multi-talented, right? A lot of people who are producers are also artists. A lot of engineers are also designers. A lot of videographers are also artists, right? So we kind of wanted to make sure that we covered all bases when it comes to submissions. So again, feel free to submit whatever if you feel like you deserve some spotlight on the Music Mondays podcast. Definitely drop your links per usual. And of course, 4-hour show limits, just to make the show a little bit more palatable to watch back. Sometimes, a 3-4 hour show can still be a little bit long to watch back. But again, I still think it's a little bit better than what we used to do when it comes to these 6-7 hour shows. that we did a couple years back. You know what I mean? But also, we didn't have as many like submissions back then. But then again, we did. Like I think the most submissions we've ever gotten is like 70, and I think most I've done in a night is like 25 or like 30, something like that. But yeah, I used to get like real crazy. Definitely used to get real crazy. But per usual, just keep that in mind when it comes to the 4 hour show limit. And of course, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. The only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, that not only helps grow our platform and spread our message, but it pays respect to everybody else that does follow Music Mondays on Twitter and waits for their submissions to be played first every single week. So again, definitely make sure you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. That's the only thing we do ask, because again, submissions are free and they always have been and they always will be. So, all right. Outside of that, Music Mondays Patreons. So let's talk Patreons. Now, per usual, you guys know the drill when it comes to Music Mondays Patreon. If you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether that be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to the Music Mondays Fast Pass in addition to a whole bunch of other goodies. So again, the Music Mondays Fast Pass is pretty much what it sounds like. It grants you the ability to have your submissions played first every week here on the show for the duration that you are pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon. So again, say you subscribe tonight on September 16th for the next 4 Mondays, the 23rd, the 30th, 7th, and the 14th, you would have access to the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which, again, for every week that you do submit, you would have your submissions played first here on the show. And of course, we go into the rest of the community submissions once we get all the Patreons done, per usual. So that's like pretty much everything when it comes down to that. The last major thing is that submissions do close a couple hours before the show starts, just so we can get a head count, kind of see what the show's looking like, and make sure that we don't get any late submissions that kind of mess up the order and, kind of make things a little bit unnatural, right? And of course, we are a live show, so we like to keep things a little bit free flow and make sure that we can consistently get through some submissions, right? So, very important. Very important. But again, you have pretty much like 6.5 days to submit your tracks. So again, you have plenty of time, of course, but submissions do close a couple hours before the show starts. Again, a good rule of thumb is that if the show is live, you will pretty much be safe to assume that submissions are closed. But again, make sure you just check the date and you should be good to go. Of course, if you're watching this live, submissions are closed. If you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, submissions are definitely open for next week's show. So definitely get your tracks in. Definitely go submit under the proper tweet. But outside of that, I think we're good to go, my friends. That's pretty much everything. When it comes down to the Music Mondays podcast, that's a pretty rough rundown. But again, if you have any more questions, feel free to send us a message or an email or anything like that, or you can go check out our How to Submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide on our YouTube channel, where I kind of break down the process of the Music Mondays podcast, pretty much give the story, the background, why we take submissions on Twitter, how we do submissions and things like that. So it's a little bit more detailed if you were curious on any more information about the Music Mondays podcast, right? So, all right, let's check out how many Patreons we have tonight, because I do know for a fact we have a decent amount, which was pretty interesting to see. So, lots of familiar faces per usual. Got some Onwuka in there. All right, so the first Patreon of the night is going to be the homie Jordan, for sure. And then we got the homie King Mark, so that's 2 Patrons. And then I think we have one more. I'm pretty sure we have one more Patreon. And it's the homie Laveries, the newest Patreon. That's fantastic. Huge shout out to Laveries. Huge shout out to all of our Patreons, man. Huge shout out to Mark, Ryuki, Kruger, Laveries, Blank Thought, Jordan, of course, and everybody else that has pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon. You guys are awesome. But, so we have 3 Patrons in a row, and actually, Laveries would have been pretty far down tonight, so that's what's fire about that. So, of course, we'll start off with Jordan, we'll head into Mark, and then we'll do Laveries, and then we'll start from top to bottom with the rest of the community. So, you guys know the drill. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's go. So, Jordan has kicked off our show for the last couple weeks. By chance, they've just been kind of cutting in ahead of the rest of the Patreons. They've just been getting, like, really good orders and slots. Like, Jordan's really been killing it when it comes down to the show in general. But outside of that, Jordan's really been killing everything. You know what I mean? Project after project. They're kind of expanding on genres and sounds. They've just been really, really consistent in 2024, and that's a real pleasure to see. You know what I mean? Because not too many artists really kind of hammer down when it comes to consistency, and Jordan is definitely one of them for sure. But they recently dropped a project that we've been kind of diving into slowly here on the show, and this week they released a track or a full project per usual. I think it was actually yesterday. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. But this next track here is titled "Let Go," and it's from this new project. So let's go check out the date because now I'm curious. I'm pretty sure I said last week it was yesterday. Pretty sure. So Act Natural. Yeah, September 16th. No, it literally came out today. Quite literally today. I thought so. So fantastic. Okay, so 6 tracks. A little bit of an intro. I like that intro. 43 seconds. A nice little quick one. You know what I mean? That's always fire. Okay, yeah. So they submitted Let Go, right? Yeah. Okay. So they submitted Let Go. See what we got here. I'm definitely down. All right, Jordan, Act Natural, Let Go. Let's get into it. Gotta do my thing. Running solo, no pay. Having nightmares where everything fade to black. I tell my girl, hold up, I'll be right back. Steady smoking, Lows on my face, stacking money bigger. Going through the race, making haters sicker. Get up off my case, only about figures. Gotta get it all, never slip through my fingers. Crazy intro.
I just hope it's known I am for real. I mean, whatever happened to the way things always used to feel? I think whatever happened to them might happen to me as well. I'm still learning magic, I just made my thoughts come real. I try to tell them, don't let it get to that point. My texts say this the ankle, knee, the elbow, this the joint. Most of the time you find me right here trying to keep it going. In my head, I cannot rest until I'm finally closer. I'm underneath the underground, I hear them stomping over. I dig their stuff, I love the sound, I see them crossing over. I try to reach up to the ground, I'm still hit with the gophers. I'm trying to be more subtle now, I need to be more sober. Before I'm jumping in a puddle, how it gets all over. A few regrets about something now I don't need closure. I try to keep composure, whatever I face, whatever it takes. I let off the brakes, I'm taking up space. I'm thinking it's great, like nothing's a waste. I'm dumping my face, I'm jumping for plays. I'm singing for cash, I hope that it lasts. My hope comes in last, I wrote for the past. I go back too fast, I know now to ask. You know not to ask, are you still holding back? Yeah, I'm still holding back, and I know it's bad. Until now, it all just echoed, and I had to cope with that, yeah, I had to let go. I had something special, and it'll never end, so, yeah. Whatever happens, I just hope it's known I am for real. I mean, whatever happened to the way things always used to feel? I think whatever happened to them might happen to me as well. I'm still learning magic, I just made my thoughts unreal. Gotta do my thing, running solo, no pay. Having nightmares where everything fade to black. I tell my girl, hold up, I'll be right back. Steady smoking, Lows on my face, stacking money bigger. Going through the race, making haters sicker. Get up off my case, only about figures. Gotta get it all, never slip through my fingers.
That felt like such an original kind of track. I don't know why. Like something about that felt very original. Um, you know, back when I was a kind of a teenager, I guess, right? Looking back on it, like 16, 17, like that was like one of the things that was like most attractive to me about underground music was like how original and like how raw some of it was, but at the same time it was very like it was unlike anything you had ever heard before, right? And this track here kind of gave me that same feeling of like, man, like this would be one of those songs that like you found on like like autoplay or like the recommended or like something like that, and you pause and you like run it back or you replay it or you're like, wait a minute, holy shit, what the fuck did I just find? And it just invokes this feeling of like wonder almost. So this track definitely reminds me of that for sure. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, talk about the overall theme of Let Go. So instrumental is really well crafted. I actually, thinking about it now, I feel like structure here was like really underrated again. Um, the way the samples used and the way the melody is and the soft drums and the way the vocals are placed, like I feel like everything really came together like dominoes here. It was a very much like domino kind of feel. Um, so the instrumental to me was great, but let's talk mix. The mix is solid. I mean, Jordan's an artist where I haven't really heard of like a rough mix from them in quite some time. That's probably been well over a year, you know. So they're pretty consistent when it comes to their mixes, especially with like their varying styles. Because they can jump from sound to sound whenever they feel like it. But with this track in particular, the mix is great. Not really a shocker to me, but definitely worth mentioning for anybody new here, right? But when it comes down to the mix itself, again, fantastic. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Vocals sit nice. Everything's kind of spaced out nicely. Nothing really like pushing anything in the wrong direction or that like stuck out to me. You know what I mean? So, um, instrumental mix definitely solid. Sound selection solid as well. Um, the sample is just such like almost like a feature, almost right in the way that it's used. So I feel like that's a really great talking point too. Um, so instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Drums are up there. Um, the melody's solid too, but the way that the vocal samples used is like again almost kind of like a feature, but not really. Like it's leading into the verses, and it's just like the way it's placed is very strategic, and that's kind of like what I like about it. Hmm. But I do feel like the melody is very like menacing and memorable. It has like a very serious tone to it as well. Um, and then drums are great support. I mean, always keep up the rhythm with the drums. So, you really could go with like the vocal sample or the melody here. You really could. Um, hmm. I kind of want to say the sample, but the melody is kind of like the muscle of this here. So let's go with the melody. But the vocal sample is like another like great shining star, but definitely the melody here. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal vocal mix. Okay, so this is kind of similar to um the instrumental. You know what I mean? A vocal mix like really fucking solid. Again, it's been a while since I've heard like a weird mix from Jordan when it comes to their vocals. Um, especially with like how many different styles they kind of tap into. They have a pretty consistent mix for all of them. So I think that's looks like really fucking solid here. I think that's great. So again, with the vocal mix here, it's very subtle, but it's still very clean and crisp. Um, so that's what I like about this one. Nothing too drastic done to this that like is really taking it in a different direction or like wasn't needed. I feel like Jordan has always had like a really good idea on what they want their vocals to sound like and like what their vision is for like certain tracks. Um, this is one where I feel like it did come out like really solid though. So vocal mix absolutely fantastic. No gripes there at all. Vocal shining star. Two things. Flow and cadence and the writing. The writing was definitely up there, but the flow and cadence, man. Wow. The switch ups too. Like there's a couple switch up of the flows, and I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So it's really channeling that like rap side of things, but it's still very alternative and very like um very chill and very like serious at the same time. So you're getting a lot of feelings at once here. Um, but I kind of want to say flow and cadence and delivery, just because of how it was delivered and like how the flow switched up. It made for like an entertaining kind of blend of styles here because you have a very chill, um, somewhat serious instrumental, and then the vocals are again even like backing that kind of feeling. So it's like, damn, that flow and cadence and the overall delivery of it all is just it kind of enhanced this a lot, you know. And then I mean, like writing's a close second though. I mean, you could make a strong argument for writing too, but for me, definitely flow and cadence and delivery, for sure. Um, so instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Um, let's talk theme. So aesthetics. I spoke a little bit about this cover last week, but again, it's giving that like old style of like make more creative junk, dead lighters, kind of, you know, the Michael style of art, and it's like it brings you back to like that first time you saw this style. Well, at least for me, or even like what we saw here on the show. So it's just like a classic aesthetic for me. I think it's like a really like not only eye catching, but it's so synonymous with like Jordan and like all of Jordan's projects and like a lot of their collaborations and a lot of it's just like for me as a listener, like I associate it with that section for sure, no doubt. But this one's great because it has a lot of detail, especially in like the flowers itself. You know what I mean? So this is one of those ones where again, the more you look at it, the more fine detail you kind of look at, and you're like, holy shit. You know what I mean? So definitely project worthy, 100%. It definitely would have been cool for a single, but for a project, I like it. Definitely. Um, the overall theme, let go. I mean, hmm. You know, you could kind of dig for like a deeper meaning here for sure, but I feel like Jordan like was really like this is when you have to focus on like the writing skill itself and like the lyrical ability because it's like there's a couple of topics where you could kind of relate to one ultimate theme, but I feel like Jordan touched on quite a few things here. Um, you know, just a couple bars stuck out to me, and like the tone and the cadence felt like just very what's the word? It was somewhat of a serious kind of track as well. You know what I mean? Like the tone and cadence like made it serious, but it was also like there was a lot to be said. So it was like okay, like you could really like dissect this down and be like, okay, this means this, or you know, this kind of affected me that way, or X, Y, or Z. But again, you don't want to dig too deep into it, uh, as to where you don't really like appreciate the writing, right? Like the actual lyrical ability here is like what kind of clears for me, and like how Jordan actually wrote this out, and like I feel like maybe probably like a long shot, but this might be one of the more like one of those songs where you're in the studio and you just like write a song in 20 minutes, record it in 20 minutes, and like you mix it in 20 minutes, and a song's done in an hour, and it's fucking gas. You know what I mean? But like, there's no like ultimate theme behind it. It just has this more poetic kind of feel to it for sure. And I mean like that's what Jordan has been rooted in. Really is like true like this like poetic kind of style, and it's mixed with so many other things. And I think that's what makes it like really fucking insane. And this is one where again, like I said at the start of the reaction, um it gives you that old underground kind of feel to it, right? Like it really, really does. So this one's kind of like a highlight of the project, if I had to say, for sure. But we definitely got to keep going through these because this project is probably nuts, definitely fucking nuts. So well done, my friend, well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter. They are 9 followers away from 520. So make sure you go show them some love. The bird at my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers, actually. We're about 6 away. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you for supporting Music Mondays, man. Let's fucking get it. So that was our first Patreon of the night. Huge shout out to Jordan, man. Huge shout out to all of our Patreons. That was crazy. I like that a lot. So, let's hop into the next Patreon of the night. So we got the homie Jordan. Our next Patreon is the homie King Mark. Now, this is an artist who has been absolutely fucking killing it lately. I've been working closely with Mark over the course of the last probably about year or so. And Mark has really been building their library, building up their sounds, trials and tribulations. But above all else, they've stayed really consistent, really, really fucking consistent. And that's what I like to see. You know what I mean? That's what everybody likes to see. But it's been a while since we heard from Mark. Definitely been a while, but a very, very talented hip-hop alternative artist. Submitted a track titled Good and Plenty. Now, this is off their most recent project, Counterfeits. And this is definitely like the highlight or the somewhat of the lead single here when it comes to their recent project, right? So that's what's pretty crazy about this. Pretty crazy. But with that said, man, let's get into it. All right. We got some love in the comments. Love that. Great description. Okay. All right, it's been a while since you heard from Mark, so this should be cool. King Mark, Good and Plenty, let's go. Yeah, this beat is fucking crazy, man. Fantastic. It's such like a palatable yet like unique song, man. It really is. Like that's the thing is like that's how you could tell it's like the kind of lead single off this project because like I said, it is very palatable. But it's also unique, right? It's not trying to be like mainstream palatable, like radio ready. Like it's got this like got this touch to it that I feel like not a lot of songs can achieve, right? Because it still feels very much independent DIY underground, but it has this like like flow and like style, and again like palatability to it, where it just feels very like almost anybody could get behind a track like this, right? So the crazy thing here though is, man, Mark has come such a long fucking way. I think we've been reacting to Mark for over 2 years here on the show. And one thing that Mark has like insanely improved on was their not only recording, but their mixing and like their whole artistic process has really fucking skyrocketed, especially in the last year or so. right? Like they've really pushed themselves and they've really improved a lot of their kind of like weaker points when it comes to being an artist, right? And of course, you could always improve every single day up until the day you die. But Mark has been doing exactly that though. Like they never stop trying to improve. They never stop trying to do shit in a better, faster, more efficient, more cleaner, more crisp, clearer way. And that's just one crazy fact to note, man. It's actually been insane to see. But let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, um, hmm, we're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk instrumental. I love the instrumental choice. I mean, Mark has such like a specific instrumental kind of taste that I feel like it's not hard to kind of like fill that gap, but it is very niche, right? Because it does have to have some element of like plug style, but also still has to be very like pop electronic like with a little bit of like flair to it. You know what I mean? So it's a very specific kind of style. And Marco's been doing a really good job kind of curating their own instrumentals and finding shit that they think is like really solid, right? So when it comes down to this one in general, I really, really like this choice. For sure I like this choice. Um hmm. So instrumental mix, I mean, fantastic. You know what I mean? Drums are great. Drums selection's great. Drums definitely cut through nicely. Vocals sit nice. Nothing that I would like ultimately change here as far as the instrumental goes. This prod did a really good job kind of figuring out how this beat could really come to life. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like shit doesn't work out as many producers know, right? But this one definitely worked out. Um, but I mean, definitely no gripes with the mix. To be honest with you, like looking back on it, like it was right where it needed to be. You know what I mean? Nice and loud, but not too loud. And like I said, drums cut through nicely. 808s knock hard enough. Um, Again, nothing ultimately that I would change on this one. So, um, instrumental mix definitely solid. Instrumental shining star. Mm, structure is solid. Structure is really, really fucking solid. I definitely think that's like one underrated part about this. Um, but then again, the drums were really, really crazy, and the melody was too. Like I feel like you could make a case for any one of those. If I'm being really honest with you, you could make a case for any single one of those. Um, hmm. For me, got to be the melody. If we're being really honest, it's got to be the melody. I feel like the melody is like just like so memorable and like not only that, it's catchy, right? And it's like one of those ones that you like instantly recognize. But drums are a close second. Drums are definitely a close second. But for me, definitely melody. Um, Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, fantastic. I mean, that's one of the things that I said at the start, right? I mean, Mark has improved like so much when it comes to their vocal mix and just their overall mixes when it comes to any track, right? But as of recently, like especially like the last like mm, I'd say like the last like 6 or so months, like they've really like not only leveled up their vocal mix, but their mix in general when it comes to just full tracks, right? And this is one where it really shows. You know what I mean? There's definitely a few in the past, but this is one where it's like, damn, this really fucking shows the progress when it comes to this like um somewhat of like a distorted pitched kind of style, but it's not like too distorted, it's not too pitched, it's not like going overboard, right? And it's not like dipping into like a different kind of experimental style. No, like this is very much still an electronic pop-esque kind of style. And I think Mark does a really good job with it now. You know what I mean? They always did, but the thing is that they never stayed like stagnant with it. They just kept pushing for a better mix and a better mix and a better mix, and then certain tracks just became like noticeably more um polished. And then Mark was like, "Hold on, like I need to like do that again." And then the mix just got better and better and better. So um for me, especially like where this mix is at now, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Drums cut through nicely. Vocals sit nice. mix is processed enough as to where they're achieving like the sound that they really want. Um, yeah, not any gripes with this one. Now I'm thinking back on it, definitely no gripes with this one. Um, the vocal mix solid, vocal shining star. It's got to be the flow and cadence and delivery. The flow and cadence and delivery on this is so fucking catchy and just like I feel like I said at the jump, like that's kind of like what made this very palatable was the flow and cadence and delivery, right? Like the way that Mark was kind of like just the hook and just like the way it's delivered, it's just like okay, like you kind of see what kind of a vision Mark was going for here, and it really fucking worked out in my opinion. Like it really fucking worked out. That's why I was like, fuck, man. Like, fuck. So yeah, for me, flow and cadence and delivery. But I'd say writing is definitely a close second though. I'd definitely say writing is like a super close second for sure. Um okay, so instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. So, aesthetics. Fantastic. For a couple of reasons. One, it definitely has that project feel to it, right? This art was done by the homie Mild, by the way, Mild Goth Daddy. So, shout out to Mild. But, um, you know, like Marcus had a consistent style when it comes to their art, right? And it's very much in the style with the purple text and the purple filter, and it has this like very unique kind of style. Um, but this one kind of makes the leap from like a single piece of artwork to like a project piece of artwork. And this is one where I thought it was like it definitely like felt like a project, right? It definitely didn't feel like this was like just like the rest. I do feel like this one separates itself a bit. You know what I mean? Especially with like the foreground image and like the counterfeit up top and then like like the proper logos in the corners. Like this is one where I definitely feel like it pushed that project boundary. So that's what I really like about this one, for sure. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme good and plenty. So Mark definitely kind of touches on quite a few things here. But again, I think it's a little bit more of like somewhat of like a moving on kind of track, right? But also you're kind of like not just moving on, you're like, nah, like I'm good kind of thing and just like also at the same time doing a little bit more of like reminiscing, but also like the very like look ahead kind of track, right? Um, Definitely a very like motivational kind of track as well, and it's definitely very like I wouldn't say like uplifting is like the proper word for it, but anybody kind of relating to it is gonna find some solace in this, and they're gonna like make sure that they go hard. You know what I mean? And like go hard with whatever they're doing. It could be art, music, their job, whatever. So they kind of like push that kind of feeling in this track for sure. They do so. With that said, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to King Mark. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Glad to have you back on the show. Make sure you go follow Mark on SoundCloud. They're one follower away from 200, man. Go fucking get him to 200, damn it. What the heck? And of course, make sure you follow Mark on Twitter. They are 9 followers away from 340. Make sure you go show them some love and bird out, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. Finally, man. We're about 6 away, so make sure you go show these artists and the motherfucking channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And of course, if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. You guys are awesome. Thank you, my friends. So, all right. All right, so our first 2 patrons tonight are good. We went through the homie Jordan. Huge shout out to Jordan. We went through the homie Mark. Huge shout out to homie Mark. Up next in our last patron, but certainly not least of the night, the homie Laveries. Now Laveries came through, decided to try out the Music Mondays Patreon for a bit, so huge shout out to Laveries for joining the crew. Welcome aboard, my friend. But Laveries is a very, very talented underground hip hop artist that submitted a track titled Reverse. Now, I assume it's gonna be a little bit of an update. So I'm fucking down, man. I am fucking down. All right. So, okay, pop culture references. So a little 5 hours ago. So we're back on the Laveries leaks here. We're back on the Laveries leak. We had quite the interesting submission the last time we heard from Laveries. So let's get into it. I'm down. Laveries, pop culture references. Let's go.
Walt White is the working title though, as of right now. Ghost Produced was the first title, cause
Be so fucking crazy that it must be Ghost produced.
shout out Ghost, me and him. This our collab tape.
Oh
Great
shit.
producer. Everything he sent me is so creative, so different, and that's what I'm trying to be on. That's the beats I'm rapping on this album.
Already killed a few of these
Facts.
bitches, no mercy on them, send me more. Yeah, you know that head drop soon they come through that door.
This is like me kind of rapping to him. Send me some more beats. Got a cool little verse in there, 2 of them.
Yeah, they spinning on my records like it's twisted, huh?
I've been trying to make more pop culture references. There's one right there.
Oh yeah, no, for
The
sure.
Twisters movie came out this
Yeah.
summer. I've watched a lot of movies this summer. I did not watch that one, but I wanted to.
I'm cooking way too fresh inside that kitchen, huh?
I'm literally a cook. That's my job. I've been cooking for a year and a half. Yeah. And
Fire.
I'm cooking.
I'm cooking,
I be
baby.
cooking in the studio and in the kitchen.
Fire.
Like my TikToks. I made a cooking TikTok yesterday. Made a cooking TikTok today.
Yes.
That's why we place your best.
Man, I've been getting into some betting recently. Not good for me. I lost like $500,
Fuck.
but I broke even and I'm out the game. I ain't gonna touch that out for a minute.
I mean, how about the end of the summer? Ooh, like Ice Spice.
Talking about Ice Spice, Taylor Swift, more pop culture references.
Taylor
Yup.
Swift numbers, yeah, I'm flying off the show. I done smoked up on my weed, I'm chiefing on this pen, yeah.
And that's a fact. I haven't smoked weed since I ran out. It's been like a month, maybe 2 months.
Holy
Trying to get
shit.
this album done before I order some more.
I don't even call a plug no more.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
passed to me through the mail.
That's facts. That's facts.
I just caught up one girl and she told me she pregnant too. I just did that shit. Yes,
That's a reference to my first song of 2023. Yesterday, the first song I submitted to Music Mondays. Wow.
Let's
I'm
go.
Submitting this free verse to Music Mondays today. I'm recording it right now. It's 12:58 on Monday, September 16th.
Up on the late night. Okay.
White ain't looking up this shit. Yeah.
I recently watched Breaking Bad. I binged it. Literally amazing. Gotta be top 1, top 2 greatest shows of all time. I loved it. I haven't watched Better Call Saul yet, but I will be doing that. And then there's that Netflix movie about Jesse. I'm gonna watch that too.
Oh yeah.
But shit. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's free verse 3.
Shit.
Walt White. Yeah, this song is definitely being called Walt White. I'm not naming it nothing else.
Yeah, that would be fire. Like, or like, or like fucking. Oh, there's definitely some bars there that you could really fucking work with. Yeah. I like this. I like this a lot. So this is definitely more of like a update / breakdown, right? I think Laverius did a really good job with this concept, man. Just keeping people updated and like having a way to like showcase like what you've been doing in the background, and then of course like in addition to like the YouTube, TikTok, and side content. I think this is great. You know what I mean? And this one, kind of got a little bit more deeper with it. You know what I mean? We started breaking down pretty much what it says, pop culture references, right? But breaking down more lyrics that are deeper than that, though. You know what I mean? Like the cook thing was cool. Holding off on smoking until the album's done's cool. You know what I mean? Like shit like that is like so fucking interesting. And as a listener, that's not only like the shit that I like, but that's the kind of shit that like other supporters like, other listeners like. Somebody's gonna find that and even watch it here on the show for everybody who wants an update on Laverius. And they're gonna be like, damn, like, okay, so that's what he's been up to, you know what I mean? So that's why I love showcasing this here on the show, because I feel like it's a good way for Laverius to like stay consistent and like in the space, but it's also like very productive to like keep yourself on a schedule and like really make sure that you're getting certain pieces of content done, or just like keeping everybody updated, or X, Y, or Z. So this is one where I feel like, these type of like track breakdowns would be really fucking sick. Pretty much everywhere, you know what I mean? I like it on SoundCloud too. Even like the TikToks would be sick, shorts would be sick. Shit like this is absolutely fucking gas. And then of course like the fact that it's a collab album with a producer is sick too. You know what I mean? Like that's what artists really need to do more, is try to lock in with producers that are willing to build and are at like the same level. You know what I mean? That's really what you need for you know, a lot of the early years, right? Is like finding a prod, finding an engineer, finding a designer, and a team really that like not only wants to see you win, but is at your level, sees the vision, you support each other. You know what I mean? Like there's like a very important way to go about doing this kind of thing. So the fact that this is a collab tape is like really fucking sick to me, and I definitely think that's like the right direction for sure. So this is exciting. This is really, really exciting. Damn. So now we're gonna have to get another one next week then. We need more Laveri's updates, man. Shit. So I think the description said, what did it say here? Said something about the album being like 55% done or something like that. It's probably almost done. You know, about halfway, a little over halfway. So let's fucking get into it, man. I'm down. I'm fucking down. Alrighty, my friends. Huge shout out to Laveri. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go check out Laveri's leaks for all some for all little, you know, unreleased jazz. You know what I'm saying? And of course, make sure you follow Laveri's on Twitter per usual. 4 followers away from 130. So go show him some love in the bird out, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers, man. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that good jazz over there, man. So go show these artists and motherfucking channel some love, baby. Let's get it, son. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you supporting Music Mondays and the channel, man. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. So make sure you continue to do so if you enjoy the content, man. You guys are fucking fantastic. Okay. So, that was it for all of our Patrons for the night. So huge shout out to our huge Patreon crew. Huge shout out to Jordan, King Mark, Laveri's, Ryuki, Kruger, everybody else over there on Patreon. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for supporting Music Mondays. Let's get into it. So, like I said, we did all of our Patrons for the night. Let's hop into community submissions. So we're just going to start from the top per usual. You guys know the drill. And once again, we're back with the homie Black Silk. Now, they've been killing it when it comes to all their collabs and the Narcos squad. So I'm definitely excited to get back into some new Narcos. Definitely. This week, they submitted a track titled "A Narco a Pledge." So again, Black Silk, a very talented hip-hop artist, submitted Narco Pledge. Hey, Music Mondays, we're back again. Thank you for the time. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely down, man. We're definitely down. Let's fucking get into it. Thank you for your submission. Absolutely. Okay, so we got the homie Sauce in per usual. All right, 720p. Bump up the quality a little bit. Smoke break, let's go. Lots of love in the comments. See, I love that. Excellent. Okay, so we got Saucy and Narco Pledge with Mac Montana, Black Silk, and Gustavo Lewis. All right, man. I'm down. Let's get into it. Narco Pledge.
You are now tuned in to Narco Radio.
I've been brutal, holding it down, you bitch poodle. My flow supernova, your flow's on doodle. While your flow's on normal, my flow's on voodoo. While I'm hitting the gas, bitch, you stayed on neutral. Big bricks holding me down while I'm drowning. Cup of the lean, nigga, I'm still here down it. Put the mask on, you don't know if I'm frowning. Grab me the bag and like a bank, I'll be counting. I ain't playing with you, I'll be
Holy
eating
shit.
at you. My niggas spraying at you, shaking, baking at you. I ain't the one, nigga. Better hold your tongue, nigga. And if it don't come to that, you better hold your son, nigga. It's the number one climbing up the steps like Rob. I'm out your realm, you can't box me. Shoot me a bitch ass nigga for acting cocky. I'll chop a nigga fingers off if he even dare to try to mock me. I swear to God.
Whoa. Shit finna get crazy, you understand? Like this Narco Pledge shit.
Okay.
This Narco shit in general, niggas taking over. laying on your head, salute. I pledge allegiance to the bad. They already know subtracting me, better do the math. Wreck in the road, that's me. Bitch, I'm about to crash. Know that this shit gon' get grimy when the beat laughs. Narco going global, bitch, we tryna chase a big bag. Fucking with my piece, then your head getting gift wrapped. Stop the grimy for a second, that ain't no more switch back. I said fuck being normal, bitch, this is real rap. And I ain't even had a lot once, this is real fast. Grinding like I'm hungry, bitch, I'm chasing where the mill's at. Too much fake in the game, bitch, let's bring the real back. Home run where the ball going, it's a real bat. Big facts, you ain't narco, bitch, you get no dat. This bitch gon' spray when it hit, this ain't no regular old Mac. All facts. Tell them hold that.
That was crazy. That verse was nuts. Holy shit.
Speeding down the highway, heading west, no Kanye. When my he eating burgers in the whip, he don't say shit, cause he likes when I have it my way. But as he courts, he's quick to shoot on a nigga, that's what the foul play. Who knew that be transferring souls on some child's play? But no dolls involved, that's word to the voodoo. Ancestors watch over as I dominate tribes with a fight. I dead might be Shaka Zulu incarnated, aim for success as y'all hate it. Excuse my lack of enthusiasm, I'm jaded. The game ain't being saved by y'all niggas, that shit still dying. Fuck out my face with that shit, my nigga. You fucking played. Niggas waiting on my downfall in hopes I don't make it. You wanna see me drown in this shit like a slip off a slave shit. This a narco pledge, niggas living on the edge. Get ready for the wave, cause we about to rave. Shit.
What the fuck? Wait, that was... That Child's Play line was nuts.
I pledge allegiance for which it stand. 1 gram in my hand for which it stand. And I should never in my life take the fucking stand. Not on my man. And even if I don't like that motherfucking man, sinking in his cocaine like quicksand. And I came with a bunch of niggas like we on the movie set for Tarzan. I pledge allegiance, getting my dick sucked, watching Kathy Lee and Regis. Walking on water on this Pyrex as if I was Jesus. Skin bronze and my hair wool. It's all in the West, nigga. Give it a slight pull. Plug said ain't nothing funny. Better have that money straight up like Paula Abdul. I'm out here playing around. I want my neck heavy like Slick Rule. Don't get high on your own supply, nigga. That's the #1 rule. Cash rules everything around me. I got my hand on my heart. I pledge allegiance to a motherfucking king. The national anthem. I'm sending a pack out sealed in vacuum.
Narconomics.
When you hear that shit, stand like it's a national anthem.
That is fucking crazy, man. That is fucking crazy. I like that. What we've reacted to. I don't think we did Slavic Guns, but we did Narco Facility, and we did a couple of them, and this one is just. It's kind of insane because I feel like these are leveling up every submission. Like every submission is just getting like better and better and better. Like I don't know how they do it. It's actually really crazy. Like you can tell that this crew is having fun too. You know what I mean? Like this is definitely a crew that enjoys recording or like just enjoys getting songs in general done. Just because they do it so often so well that it's just like there's no way that you're not like putting all the passion into it and just enjoying yourself, you know what I mean, and like trying to do the best that you can. 'Cause I'm getting a lot of that like high effort shit here. When it comes to this like this whole crew, really. But writing was fucking nuts. That Child's Play line, what the fuck? Holy shit. Okay. All right, shit. Let's talk about 3 things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of Narco Pledge. So, let's talk instrumental. A very kind of chill instrumental, but also a very like menacing, darker kind of style as well. Definitely one where I feel like it again complements all their styles and their voices. You know, it's not really like a boom bap kind of feel. It's more of like a modern hip hop, mixed with like a little bit of like old school kind of styles. You know what I mean? Like they have a very specific instrumental type that they use, and it's been pretty consistent across like the last like 2 or 3 tracks. So again, it definitely brings that like anthem cipher esque kind of feel to it. Um, but again, it works for what 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 verses. Yeah, it works for that. So that's one thing that I like about this is like they very much know their vision and like what they want certain tracks to sound like. So I like the instrumental choice definitely. Um, instrumental Shining Star, or no, instrumental mix actually. Sorry, instrumental mix. Um, again, fantastic. You know what I mean? I feel like the melody here kind of really shines with how it's mixed and just kind of like in the background. I definitely feel like that's like a really high point here. But drums are solid. Drum selection solid. Sound selection in general solid. Vocals sit nice. Drums cut through nicely. Definitely nothing I would change here on the instrumental mix at all. Um, yeah, definitely nothing that I would change whatsoever. Yeah, thinking back on it, like it's definitely right where it needs to be. Crisp, clean, clear, nice and loud, but not too loud. But the melody, man, the melody definitely took over here in a good way. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental Shining Star is without a doubt the melody. I mean, the drums were definitely up there, right? I definitely feel like the drums were like pushing a lane for sure. Um, but the melody was so memorable and like somewhat dreamlike, you know, a little eerie, but it definitely like worked out. It's just something about it just like stuck with me. So there's no way that I'm gonna be the only one that thinks that. You know what I mean? So, um, instrumental definitely solid. Shining Star is definitely the melody, absolutely. Um, let's talk vocals. Again, vocal mix is great. I'm not really shocked, right? Because the last like 3 or 4 submissions from a Black Silk and this crew, all the verses have been mixed wonderfully. You know what I mean? Nothing that I would change when it comes to the vocal mix. They all have like real, raw, natural kind of hip hop style voices, right? They're able to kind of like get the style that they want without too much processing. And that's one thing that I really like about this is like even if you wanted to like have a lot of mixing and processing on it, like it wouldn't really affect it as much, but um it's more of like an organic kind of style. You know what I mean? It's very organic and very natural. But again, still crisp, clean, clear, kind of freshened up a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I haven't had a gripe with any of the vocal mixes from any of the tracks that they've sent in. So for me, vocal mix fantastic. Absolutely nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that I thought was like getting in the way or transitions were great too from like verse to verse. Everything was great there. Again, vocals sit nice on the instrumental. The drums cut through nicely. So nothing that I would change here at all. Definitely not. So, vocal mix, very solid. Vocal Shining Star. Now, vocal Shining Star. I mean, it's got to be writing. I mean, flow and cadence and delivery was definitely up there too. I feel like you could make an argument for flow and cadence and delivery. But for me, got to be the writing. Got to be the writing 100%. I really feel like it's just one of those things that's like, you know, they both kind of enhance each other, right? But I definitely feel like the writing here, if you're actually getting a lot of the references and the bars and like understanding how solid it really is, you definitely agree with the writing. But flow, cadence, and delivery is up there too. But for me, writing 100%, no doubt. Everybody cleared their verse and did such a good job. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. A lot of their covers are just getting, again, better and better, but also at the same time, it's like such like a cool, unique style to see. Like it does have this like, comic book flavor to it, but it's still very original and has this like, like anti-hero kind of vibe, I want to say. you know, because it's not like superhero, but it's also not villain either. It's very much like anti-hero kind of vibe. You know, I really feel like it's some like solid anti-hero kind of feel. So they go all out for their covers, and I think whoever does these does a really good job. So huge shout out to this artist, but also this one's great for a single. You know what I mean? Parental advisory, bottom middle, narconomics actually in the top right. Narco comics is like actually hard as fuck though. Um, yeah, I mean, definitely one of the more like insane single covers here, especially with like the city in the background. Like the more you look at it, the like crazier it actually is. Um, so for me, this cover absolutely clears, like absolutely clears. Narco Facility was also pretty crazy too, but Narco Pledge was just damn, damn, like actually crazy. Um, I mean, aesthetics absolutely on point, 100%. And again, like I said, great for a single because I feel like if they're gonna do something for like a project or like a special kind of release, you know, you just have to go like stupid fucking hard and you know, those are like hard to top for sure. But aesthetics definitely on point. I love this cover. Um, overall theme. Mm, Narco Pledge. I mean, there definitely was like a lot of good like pledge and pledging kind of references. There was a couple things where I do feel like this was solid for that, but also um it was somewhat about loyalty too. It was somewhat about like all of their tracks give a very team kind of vibe, right? And Narco Pledge is definitely one of those where it does feel like a team effort and a team loyalty kind of situation. You know what I mean? And I really feel like they do a really good job kind of like passing the verse to each other, but also kind of like giving off the same kind of energy as, you know, the verse before. It just stays super consistent and it feels like, again, like a team song. You know, they always have these songs where it just feels like a team. You know, it truly does. So Narco Pledge is definitely one where you need to like deep dive into the bars and like spin it back a couple times because there are some lyrics in here where I feel like if you don't know the references or you might have missed it because you weren't paying attention, you'd be like, oh shit, because there's a couple lines in here where I was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? So super well done, man, super well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Sauce, Yin, and Black Silk. Thank you guys so much for this submission. Make sure you go subscribe to Sauce on YouTube. There are 3 subs away from 110. So go show them some love over there on the tube. Of course, make sure you follow Black Silk on Twitter. They are approaching 2.4K on the Bird app, my friends. Make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Money's channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Let's fucking go, baby. All right. And if you already have shown some love to the Music Money's YouTube channel, you're amazing. And thank you for dropping likes, dropping comments. Even if you're just, you know, showing some love and just watching the videos, you guys are awesome. Thank you. All right. So, let's do this, man. All right. We left off with the homie Black Silk. Up next would be the homie Lucha Libro, but they sent the track Sepia, and we had already reacted to Sepia last week, so huge shout out to Lucha Libro for the submission. If you want to go see us react to Sepia, go check out Music Money's episode 190. That is available right now on all platforms. Lucha Libro, feel free to resubmit tomorrow for next week's show with a new track that we have yet to react to. I am down, my friend. So, let's hear. Up next would be, well, no, actually is the homie Onwuka, a very, very talented hip-hop artist, and they submitted a track titled Resurgence. The outro track to Portal's Resurgence. This is a salute to anyone who fully bumped the project with 2 extra flows, 1 Onwuka and 1 Chronoruka mode. Classic mixtape punchline vibes, wild trippy insomniac prod, explaining the Portal theme to finish off. That's sick. Okay, I'm down. Definitely down, okay. Okay. So we got Onwuka, Insomniac, okay. System Overload, Hyperspeed. This is like a 10-track project. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. So this came out January of last year. Very interesting. Very interesting. We haven't had a chance to react to this cover yet either, so that'll be fun. But all right, let's get into it. Onwuka, Insomniac, Resurgence from Portals. Let's go. Okay.
Insomniac, these portals are still over me. Portals making us be immortal. Take us deeper than sea coral with alien seas. Places that be glitching, changing, dipping through spaces. Gleamy portals, phasing through hyperspeeds that usually seem normal. Yet that was before you saw this where death breathes and breathes. It seems the more you reanimate, then destroy you. And some of the woo could take control. We forceful. This portal will reform you straight, take you and distort you. Catch you sitting shady like we are war turtles. All of a sudden, they've been creating more portals. Insomniac cutting, got you coming like a dame with great oral. Rushing like the instructions of a warrior king's morals. And flux kill like soldiers with dreams of torment and horror. I told you I'm Sora, different roads over like I'm such a Sora. Deconstruction, recreation of the portals of us. And my pen has deviations from the norm. But I was busting out like when Rick James spin. My art popping up for your ghosts. In these port cells, in these port cells, in these port cells, I straight scorch cells. So I'll be godly than your specific, Lord knows. Chosen one like a sword that glows. Follow my verse, the road that goes. Share my words, hand me down, like some torn ropes. Delivery better than a joint nose. A delivery driver in a porno. I'm a classic, it's true. Don't be ill with scorn, bro. I be going in your port clothes. They say the trend, I call it Lord clothes. I tend to be fresh, press on like court clothes. Track bubbling, some of the fresh press coffee in the morning glow. Now back to these port cells. Now back to these port cells. See me flowing like a Norwalk through hair portal. Oh, be cool, chillin', standing tall like the North Wall. What I find in these port cells, take a little and absorb it all. Insomniac, sharp creations, we are so resourceful. Insomniac and Onwuka, we form to create. Insomniac.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay, so this was nuts. This like immediately like takes you on a journey, and then you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Wow. Okay. Wow. So this was, a great way to kind of end a project. You know what I mean? It just kind of cuts to black, and you're just boom, done. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much like that kind of feel. Wow. Okay, let's break it down. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it because this is very interesting. So, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, talk about vocals, we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Resurgence. So, let's talk instrumental. So we have the homie Insomniac on the instrumental. Probably one of the most unique producers I've had the pleasure of reacting to here on the show. I'm sure that their skills go back into like the regular styles and like normal styles that you're used to, but Insomniac is very, very unique in the way that they kind of see their production and use their production kind of like push forward with things, right? So they're such a unique producer, and this one definitely pulls no punches at all. So let's talk instrumental mix. Instrumental mix is solid. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that I thought was like overly done. Nothing that I would really change that really comes to mind like super quickly here. Yeah, I feel like this one definitely like has like such a great Onwuka kind of vibe to it, but it's also easily could hold its own when it comes to being an instrumental. Just so unique and like it like scratches an interesting part of your listening ear. You know what I mean? So, but again, with that said, the mix is solid. Again, nothing clashing too overbearing. Nothing that I really thought needed to be switched up or anything like that. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental Shining Star. You're probably crazy if you don't say the melody here. I feel like the melody here was like fucking nuts. Yeah, I mean, drums were up there, but the melody brought this like portal space future Star Trek-esque kind of feel to it, you know what I mean? So for me, definitely the melody, 100%. The instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is great. You know, Onwuka, again, very much like I always say all the time, but if you're new here, definitely want to point this out. Onwuka has such a great, solid, natural voice, but again, they have also a very great, solid, natural mix. You know, we've reacted to some older Onwuka from like 3-4 years ago. We've reacted to some recent Onwuka, and they're very consistent artists when it comes to their mix quality and their overall mix in general of how they choose to mix their vocals, right? So definitely no gripes with the vocal mix at all, but not really a shocker. But something you always want to point out for anybody new. So instrumental, solid, like I said. Melody for sure. Vocal mix, very, very solid, like I said. Let's talk vocal shining star. All right. You know, I'm kind of torn between the writing and the flow and cadence and delivery. I feel like writing was definitely like a clear, like it just like really fucking excelled here, especially for like the last track. But you know, the flow switch ups here were also like a real pleasure to listen to as well. So that's one other thing that I feel like you know, you could definitely make an argument for either one of those, writing or flows and cadence and delivery. But you know, for me, yeah, probably flow and cadence and delivery, especially in like the first listen. That's what kind of like was not shocking, but you know, it was again pleasing to listen to, right? So for me, flow and cadence and delivery, but I also think that writing was a close second, definitely a close second for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics, we have yet to react to this Portals cover. Crazy crazy style they have here. So the Insomniwuka crew like always picks these like great cartoon-esque style cover arts, man, and they just go above and beyond with these. They just really, really do go above and beyond with these. So this is one where, again, it definitely gives a big projects EP kind of vibe for sure, but it's also one that's like super simple foreground, but also it's so fucking detailed. Like the details on the portals are crazy. The details on Onwuka and Insomniac are crazy. Like this is a great collab EP cover. Like really, really great. And I like how they go this cartoon comic book-esque kind of style, you know what I mean? Like I totally think that's like really, really solid. So I'm big on this one. Definitely big on this one, my friends. So aesthetics very much on point. Overall theme, resurgence. So realistically, I think Onwuka definitely nailed it when it comes to the theme. You know, classic mixtape punchline vibes, wild trippy Insomniac prod, explaining the portal theme to finish it off. Yeah, I think, you know, Insomniac did really well. really, really well when it comes to almost finishing off a project like this. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely feel like they did extremely, extremely well. It was just one of those ones where it was more skill than it was like writing like something super deep. It was very much like skill and like really showing off Onwuka's like true writing ability and flowing ability and like really how they can truly deliver lyrics in like a versatile kind of way. So yeah, for me, this is one where you definitely gotta appreciate the writing and appreciate the lyrical ability of Onwuka, especially at the end of a project like this. Like just to end a project like this is really crazy. So well done, my friend. Well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Onwuka. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Onwuka and Insomniac on Spotify. And of course, make sure you follow Onwuka on Twitter. They are 5 followers away from 780. That is fantastic. So make sure you go show them some love, of course. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Like I said, if you are, thank you. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping views, all that good jazz. So thank you. Okay. Alrighty, my friends. Let's continue on. So, we left off with the homie Onwuka. Up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious, a multi-talented creative individual. Everything from writing to editing to designing to production to filming to like literally so many things we've seen Offspring really excel at, man. Like really excel at. So I'm definitely excited to see what Offspring's getting into this week. Last week I had a very interesting submission about it was quick, but it was very cliffhanger-ish, so I'm definitely down. They sent in another YouTube edit this week, and it's titled Walking in a Blur. Me, or am I seeing things? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm down. All right. Take a quick pause. Full volume. Let's bump up the quality a little. Bang, bang. Go like that. 3 days ago. Things are getting weirder. I was told to meet somebody at this location. I did. I got there. It's about nothing. Oh, wait. All right. So I won't check the description yet. All right. Let's go. Offspring's like, what the fuck? Oh no. Sick, what the fuck? For shit. Let's go. Oh shit. Okay, now we're getting hyped here. Okay, so that's what, this Friday, right? Wow, okay. So last week it was definitely a cliffhanger. This week we got a solid date. Things are getting weird. I was told to meet somebody at this location. I did, got there, spot nothing. Some stranger figured to appear out of nowhere. Extensions there, could see him. I don't even know if he saw me. After a weird encounter, I got another text saying, meet me at this location. So this one was cool because, you know, it felt still very mysterious because we didn't get any reveal here from, like, Offspring's end of things. It's just kind of like leaning onto a chase now. And again, I feel like this concept is really fucking cool, and it's making us want to, you know, continue to come back and, like, really see what happens in this series. You know what I mean? Like, this is one where I feel like, okay, like, fuck, like, Offspring is really onto something. Because I'm just so excited to see what happens now, you know what I mean? So now the next update will be this Friday, September 20th. So, okay. So realistically, that means next Monday for episode 192 of the Music Mondays podcast, we'll be able to get our next update and see what's going on here. Because it looks like Offspring got, like, blinded, like almost like, you know, like you're in the desert and where everything it just gets fucking blurry, you know what I mean? So, and then this figure just starts, like, really running up on him almost, you know what I mean? Damn near running up on him. And, yeah, now I'm just excited to see what happens. You know, so next update, September 20th, man, and I'm sure we're gonna watch the next part here on the show because now I'm invested. Now I'm fucking invested. This is 2 weeks in a row now where Offspring kind of left us on a cliffhanger, man. That's actually nuts. That's actually fucking nuts. Okay, so Shining Star, obviously still the concept, absolutely. And the fact that we are on another cliffhanger, you know what I mean? Like, great concept. So, with that said, make sure you go subscribe to Offspring Mysterious on YouTube. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. They are 8 subs away from 230. new video September 20th on their channel, so make sure you go check that out. And I'm sure we'll be watching it here on the show as well. So, again, make sure you go sub to the channel. They're 8 subs away from 230, so make sure you go show Offspring some love. And of course, make sure you follow Offspring on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 920, so go show them some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are 6 subs away from 300 subscribers. That is a fucking W. Make sure you go show the channel these are some love. And like I said, we upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that good jazz over there, man. So go show the channel these are some love. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking get it. Alrighty, chat. We're about halfway through the show, so you guys know what that means. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I need all you guys to get up, go get a smoke break, go get a snack, go to the bathroom, maybe go walk the dog, go do whatever you need to do. And the Music Mondays podcast, episode 191, will return. Don't go anywhere. Be safe, and we'll hop back into some submissions very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live with the Music Mondays podcast, episode 191, man. Let's get back into it. We got some more reactions and reviews to break down, my friends. Let's get it. So, let's start with the homie Offspring Mysterious. You shout the Offspring for the submission, my friend. Well, let's fucking get it. Up next would be the homie, Melman from Money Green Music, but we reacted to their track one time last week. So make sure you check out Music Mondays episode 190 for our reaction to that track. And Money Green Music, feel free to resubmit tomorrow for episode 192 with something that we have not reacted to yet. Up next, again, following that would be the homie Marco Pernice, but they submitted, again, No Pressure for Us, but we reacted to that last week as well. So huge shout out to Money Green Music and Marco. Feel free to resubmit some tracks next week for episode 192. Let's fucking get it. And of course, up next, again, following them would be the homie Jordan, but we already reacted to Jordan earlier in the show, so make sure you go check out Jordan and go show him some love on their submission. Huge shout out to Jordan. Let's get it. So, let's see here. Up next, we have Mac 2 Times. Now, been some months. I'd say like 2, maybe like a month or so since I've heard from Mac 2 Times. It's been a second, but I'm fucking down, man. I'm absolutely down. So, Mac 2 Times, a very talented hip hop artist, did a track titled Views. Let's see, man. Let's see. I'm down. Let's go check out what Mac has been up to, man. We'll take a look here. 6 days ago, so super, super new. Let's get into it. I'm down. Mac 2 Times, Views. Let's go.
Why they don't trust them? Accompanied by nobody right now, yeah, just me and the views. I've been trying to get in again for years to sub it and win for the lose. I know that I'm far from perfect, but why do I keep screwing up? Got no more love for anyone else, I got my heart guarded up. Trusting nobody, I already know my circle only at a few. Can't focus on shipping myself, yeah, I got something to prove. One day I'ma make it to the pinnacle, I know that it's true enough. I swear that I can never be full in love. I know that I always got room for improvement. Best believe that I will try to better me. I've been doubting all my life and everything I do, hell no, I won't let it get to me. If I ain't hearing a thing but none of the paper, my nigga, the fuck you telling me? And I want the shit all in cash, stuff in the bag, don't think about checking me. I'm be by nobody right now, yeah, just me and the views. I've been trying to get it again for years to sub it and win for the lose. I know that I'm far from perfect, but why do I keep screwing up? Got no more love for anyone else, I got my heart guarded up. Trusting nobody, I already know my circle only got a few. Can't focus on shipping myself, yeah, I got something to prove. One day I'ma make it to the pinnacle, I know that it's true enough. I swear that I can never be a fool in love. On a path to let nobody follow you, ain't gonna slow you down, get in your way. Cause I keep my arm up like a follow through. Unless you knew me from one day, niggas know I ain't trusting the follicle. But come on, no tooth decay. I see through the shit and I know it's bull. And my brother stampeded away. Can't be by nobody right now, yeah, just me and the views. I've been trying to get it again for years to sub it and win for the lose. I know that I'm far from perfect, but why do I keep screwing up? Got no more love for anyone else, I got my heart guarded up. Trusting nobody, I already know my circle only got a few. Can't focus on shipping myself, yeah, I got something to prove. One day I'ma make it to the pinnacle, I know that it's true enough. I swear that I can never be a fool in love. Accompanied by nobody right now, yeah, just me and the views. I've been trying to get it again for years to sub it and win for the lose. I know that I'm far from perfect, but why do I keep screwing up? Got no more love for anyone else, I got my heart guarded up. Trusting nobody, I already know my circle only got a few. Can't focus on shipping myself, yeah, I got something to prove. One day I'ma make it to the pinnacle, I know that it's true enough. I swear that I can never be a fool in love.
Wow. That hook was crazy. I mean, the flow and cadence there was also fucking nuts, too. I mean, there's... Wow. Wow. Well fucking done. That was... Man, oh man. Alright, so this was crazy. This was definitely fucking crazy. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. Like I said, it's been a little while since we heard from the homie Mac 2 Times, man. And boy, they did not disappoint. I love the instrumental choice here too. It's a very like interesting trap style. You know what I mean? Because it's not like old school trap. It has a very like a very interesting kind of um flavor to it, if I do say so myself. So we're talking about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. We're talking about the overall theme of views. Let's get into it. Like I said, I like the instrumental choice. Instrumental mix is fantastic. To be honest with you, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that really like mm, ultimately stuck out to me as like super off-putting. Um, Sound selection solid. Melodies are there. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing that crazy that I would change ultimately on this. I feel like everything really worked well for this instrumental. So, instrumental mix absolutely fantastic. Instrumental shining star. Um, hmm. You know, drums are up there. Drums are definitely up there. But you know, the melody is like really like its rhythm is crazy. It's got this like high energy to it. The sound selection on the melody is crazy. Um, yeah, probably melody. To be honest with you, definitely the melody. You know, drums are a close second, but the melody is just very memorable and very like in your face. You know what I mean? So, definitely the melody. Definitely. Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Um, Great. To be honest with you, really fantastic vocal mix from Mac two times here, man. You know, early on, you know, Mac was one of the artists, much like a few that we listened to here tonight, that really like stepped up their engineering and their mixing throughout, you know, like the last year or so. You know, and Mac is definitely one of those artists for me. You know, where their mix is at now is fantastic because they let their like natural voice really shine, but it's freshened up and it's crispy enough to like actually like achieve like a crazy like high full quality. You know what I mean? So, um, vocal mix is right where it needs to be. 100% crisp, clean, clear, to the point, nice and loud, but not too loud. Drums cut through nicely. Vocals definitely sit nice on the instrumental. So yeah, vocal mix right where it needs to be. Vocal shining star. So, you know, three things come to mind, right? Um, Definitely the writing. The writing throughout the whole track is like actually fucking really spot on. Um, the hook in itself, the you know, the cadence of the hook, how Mac really delivers this hook, just all around fantastic. Really is, really fucking is. Um, and then the flow and cadence and delivery. You know, those three things immediately come to mind here. But for me, I'm probably gonna say the hook, just because the hook is just so well done and well performed, and like the flow on it's insane. Like, and it just leads into these verses that are just as good. Like for me, the hook is like such a big point here for me. So, the hook is fantastic, absolutely. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. So, aesthetics. I love this. You know, Mac has really been going with the anime kind of style covers here, and I don't mind it at all, especially if it's like shit that you enjoy. You know what I mean? Like these kinds of covers are always gonna like hit really nicely when you know you really want them to. You know what I mean? And this is definitely one where I feel like, you know, heading into like the fall and kind of like having that like you know you know, you only have yourself kind of vibe on the song. I feel like this one definitely like nailed the overall energy of I definitely feel like it did. So, aesthetics for me definitely on point, 100%. Overall theme, views. So like I mean realistically, you know, Mac has never been an artist that has shied away from their proper feelings on tracks, right? And this is one where I feel like again we have an honest Mac two times here where they just really you know, laid out how they're feeling currently, right, and like present day, but also dealing with, you know, the long lasting effects of the past, right? Like much like every other normal human being does, they kind of deal with the lingering effects of the past and like, stirring and dealing with, um, you know, so many aspects of life. So you know, views is like such a way to like obviously like the obvious like grind for views and like grind for like higher points in life, but also like the actual like materialism of it and grind for you know crib with nice views and like go to places with nice views and shit like that. So there's a very much like push and pull kind of feel here. So I feel like Mac did a really good job kind of balancing that out. And the hook itself really kind of, expands upon that too. So that's why the hook was just like, I was like, the hook really is like the whole package for a track like this. You know what I mean? Really is like the whole package. So well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Mac 2 times. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow Mac on SoundCloud. They are 7 followers away from 30. And of course, make sure you go follow Mac 2 times on Twitter. They're approaching 180 followers over there on the Bird apps. Make sure you go show them some love on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube free upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. Approaching 300 subscribers actually, times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists and the motherfucking channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And of course, if you already have, thank you for showing the Music Mondays channel some love. Even if you're just watching the videos, liking the videos, dropping a comment, anything helps. So we appreciate you here at Music Mondays, friends. Thank you. All right, so we left off with the homie Mac 2 times. Up next would be the homie King Mark, but Mark is a Music Mondays Patreon, so we had already reacted to Mark way earlier in the show. So make sure you go show Mark and the other earlier submissions some love. Huge shout out to the Music Mondays Patrons. Let's fucking get it. So, let's see here. Up next is the homie Egyptian. Now, I believe this is the first time that we've had Egyptian here on the show. I'm pretty sure we've never had Egyptian on the show. They definitely made SoundCloud Sunday and a few other things when it comes to Music Mondays, but I don't believe we reacted to them here on the show yet. So, first time submission. But Egyptian, a very talented hip hop artist, submitted a track titled All My Dogs Are Stars. Okay, hold on. Well, let's hear. So we have a demo. All My Dogs Are Stars demo. Okay. 6 songs. All right. Hold on. We got a little stack here. Okay, so obviously we're going to go through the first track per usual, and we'll see what that's like. Of course, especially for like a first time submission, this will be super interesting to get into. So I am definitely down. Let's get into it. All right, my friends. Let's see here. So the first track is Dogs for Life. Let's get into it. Egyptian Dogs for Life. Down.
It's a war out here. Mad niggas is dying. You don't want that shit to be you, right?
Nah.
I know you're gonna hold it down, though. You know what I mean? Just be careful, man. These niggas out here ain't even really worth it.
My dog died in the end like Marley and me. Not in real lifetime, just a thought concept or representation that was harder to see. Many man want war, but they lower my league, lower the bark. They can't even spot when I leave. Niggas is bitches, look at how they kissing their teeth. You was my dog, but it was so harder to see that my success was giving you jealousy. And I got another dog, we ain't spoken a while. It's crazy what bitches do to ruin our game. Me and bro from the east should've dropped those tapes. I got another dog, said he lost his faith. He froze up and he fell out of the game. But I broke off my leash and I made the way. If you my dog, be my dog for life. Dog eat, dog well, I don't sacrifice. But if I must, I will have to take your slice. If I must, I will have a bond for life. Only got rough rides around my size. Them dogs can't ever come round my guys. We all dogs, look at us eye to eye. In a dog pit, tryna circle back one time. In a dog house, tryna see my dogs for life. Tryna see my dogs for life. Chillin' in a dog house. Chillin' in a dog house. Dogs for life. Dogs for life.
Wow. I like the outro. Just let the beat right out. I like that. what a great first time submission. This was wow, wow, wow. Okay. Okay. So great, great way to start a project. Great way to start a project, especially for like a first time listener, right? That would definitely make me want to continue to dive into the project for sure. 100%. Definitely one of those like you kind of nailed it for the first track. So yeah. It just has that good start off flavor to it. So wow. All right. Let's break this down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of Dogs for Life. So let's talk instrumental. I like this instrumental a lot. It has this like nice bounce to it. But it also has this like classic hip hop feel to it. It's a good balance, you know. It's a good balance. So I like the choice off rip. Well, let's talk mix. The mix is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Sound selection is solid. Nothing that I would like ultimately change about this one. Especially the drums. The drums knock really hard. I definitely like that a lot. I definitely think the drums are in like a nice ass spot here. Like I said, drums cut through nicely, vocals sit nice in the instrumental. Nothing that I would like ultimately change here. So yeah, instrumental mix is fantastic. Instrumental shining star. You know, I kind of want to say the melody, but the drums are up there too. Like the drums are really, really fucking up there for me. I feel like the drums are kind of clearing here for sure. But the melody has like such a prominent kind of twang and like energy to it. It's very interesting. Um, you know, I do like the drums a lot though. Yeah, probably drums. Probably drums. Just because they keep the bounce up and it has just such a nice rhythm. And the fucking mix on them is crazy. So for me, definitely drums, but melody is like a super close second. Um, so instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is great actually. Of course, with this being like a first time submission and like us actually like breaking Egyptian down for the first time here on the show. Um, you know, the vocal mix is fantastic. You know, especially for somebody with like such a solid natural voice. As long as you just, you know, freshen up a bit, you know, kind of make it sound crisp, clean, clear, like straight to the point. I think this was like really, really fucking solid. Again, nothing clashing too overbearing, nothing that I would like ultimately change about this that was like too much or anything like that. Definitely like hit the right spot for me as far as a vocal mix goes. You know what I mean? Again, somebody with like a solid natural voice like this definitely does like a really, really good job when it comes down to you know, really using that to their advantage, right? So vocal mix definitely solid. Vocal shining star. No, writing's up there. Is a lot of meaningful writing here, but also flow and cadence and delivery. You could totally give that one up there too. But for me, definitely writing, just because I like the theme a lot. Yeah, writing for sure, definitely writing. But flow and cadence and delivery is definitely up there, 100%. So yes, instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. All my dogs are stars demo. So insanely simple but insanely high quality cover, right? Like insanely simple but insanely high quality. I love simple covers like this for like big time projects. Just because it just makes such an impact. You know, sometimes you don't need a lot to say something like this. You know what I mean? This is one where I feel like, obviously with the dogs references, right? It's like obviously a no brainer. This one has this like slight edit to it. It's got this little like double up like blur. Like it's definitely got some pizzazz to it for sure. So I like this one for a project a lot. Definitely. I mean, it could totally work for a single, but I definitely like it for a project as well. So aesthetics on point. Overall theme for Dogs for Life. I mean, you know, there's definitely some talk of like losing homies due to like multiple different reasons, right? And like ultimately that feeling sucks no matter what happens. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you do beef with people and that blows too, but sometimes when you lose homies over like dumb differences, or they're fucking up or you're fucking up, or you know, sometimes, you know, girls can get in the way, or family gets in the way, or drugs, or so many other things can just get in the way of like your fucking homies and your brothers, and like that's what like really fucking sucks. So I do feel like this is one where it was like a powerful intro to a whole project that would make me want to continue listening. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was a great way to like hook people in, but also a very like powerful meaning as well. So Egyptian did a really good job kind of like laying that out for the listener. So well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Egyptian. Thank you so much for this submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Egyptian on Twitter. They are approaching 2.4K followers on the Bird app. So make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subaroonies. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you for supporting Music Mondays. Even if you're just dropping dropping comments, all that good stuff. Huge shout out to all you guys showing some love over there on the YouTube side of things. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So, we left off with the homie Egyptian. Up next is the homie Bloodcat. So, Bloodcat's had some pretty crazy submissions as of recently, but they've been, relatively consistent here on the show, which is actually pretty insane to see. But a very talented, alternative, multi-genre talented artist, Bloodcat, submitted Strange Woman. Let's pop this open, new tab. Let's see what we got. I'm down. So this came out this year, 2024, brand new. Let's see here. September 15th, so quite literally yesterday, which is crazy. So let's get into it. Bloodcat, Strange Woman, let's go.
Thank you. That time queen. With a name like that, sugar on top. The strange woman I love. I pray, I can't get enough. I'm homesick as a bug. I'm praying sick as a bug. All those sticks in the fire. Till I'm feeling strange, and like I feel like the sun. We got nothing but each other now. Yeah, got the girl right out the gutter now. Yeah, taught the runner how to run a mile. Yeah, park the cruise and let her run a while. Yeah, she part a crew like a Red Sea. She's so shy and sexy. She's so shy about sex till her hands up. She a little dancer. Strange woman I love. With a name like that, sugar on top. The strange woman I love. I pray, I can't get enough. Got me writing up an 8.5 by 11. Got me feeling like you're still not gonna ever get the message. I'm an 8.5 out of 11. Took me to heaven, now I need another 7.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is very interesting. Like, very, very interesting. This is the one that has, like, the most, again, like, palatability, right? It still has that, like, underground feel to it, in like, a really good way, right? It's very original in that aspect, but I feel like, a lot of people could get behind something like this, especially when Bloodcat has the ability to, like, record it, like, actually properly, right? I feel like shit like this could be, like, really, really insane. So, let's get into it. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So, we're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Strange Woman. So, hmm. Okay, let's talk instrumental. Instrumental is fantastic here. I like the choice, especially for like the style that Bloodcat was kind of going for here. So the instrumental is like really, really great. As far as the choice goes, but the mix is also great. You know, nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that I would like ultimately change here. Um, Melody's great, sound selection's great, drums cut through nicely, vocals sit nice. You know, again, the melody is like standing here. Definitely no gripes with the instrumental mix at all. Definitely not. Definitely not. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Um, hmm. You know, probably the melody. I feel like the melody is the most memorable, but it's also very catchy and like uplifting almost. You know what I mean? Has like this like uplifting kind of feel to it. So for me, definitely melody for sure. Definitely melody, 100%. Um, so instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Um, Vocal mix. Obviously, for like what Bloodcat's recording setup is currently, the vocal mix is solid. I mean, like obviously it's not the greatest, right? But given again their equipment, I think they manage pretty well. You know what I mean? If I do say so myself. So that's one thing that I was just kind of like, okay, yeah. So, the vocal mix itself is solid. Nothing that I would like ultimately change here. Obviously, then to just record better, but for what it is and like currently given Bloodcat's equipment, I definitely think that it's solid. You know, it's good enough, right? It has that like radio kind of feel to it. So, um, very solid, very solid when it comes down to like what they're able to do, right? Um, so vocal shining star. You know, if I'm being honest, I feel like writing was definitely up there. You could definitely mention flow and cadence here, but for me, definitely the hook. This is one where I feel like if Bloodcat gets the chance to record this, again, or they want to record it again, or whatever the case is, this one's gonna be crazy, really, really crazy. So the hook here is just fantastic, like absolutely fantastic. So the hook is definitely a shining star for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. Love, love, love this picture. This is one of those pictures where like it's got so much meaning in such like a simple picture. You know what I mean? So much meaning in such like a simple ass picture. It's like really, really cool. Um, the rings, the difference in like tattoos, the foreground, like the quality, absolutely great. Especially for a single, but it could work for either a project or a single. But this one in particular, I like this one a lot. 100% I like this one. So aesthetics very much on point, especially for a track titled "Strange Woman," right? But again, "Strange Woman," I mean, being somewhat of like a love ballad, but also like a motivational ballad at the same time. A Bloodcat's always done a really good job, kind of telling their story and like how they feel and like really like how all this kind of connects to them. When it comes to their love life and like really grinding their career, their job, and like just like getting what you want out of life, but also kind of factoring in relationships and like how that affects things. So Bloodcat does a really good job kind of like telling their story and like bringing that feeling with them to other people and like bringing it to the listener and this is one where I feel like a lot of people could relate for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Bloodcat. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend, and much, much love. Make sure you go follow Bloodcat on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Bloodcat on Twitter. They are 5 followers away from 10. So make sure you go show them some love with the bird out, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube free upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 200 and... Or no, we're approaching 300. I apologize. I still haven't gotten used to saying 300. But we are approaching 300 subscribers. We're about 6 away, so make sure you go sub to the channel and show the channel some love if you have not already. And with that said, huge shout out to everybody that has submitted and has subscribed to the channel and shown the channel some love and showing everybody some love. YouTube, you guys are amazing. Thank you. So up next we have the homie Johnny B. Bad. Now this is definitely an artist where I believe they have made it on SoundCloud Sunday quite a few times actually. But this is the first time that they've been submitting to the Music Money's podcast. So we do have a first time submitting artist here. I am definitely down. So, Johnny B. Bad bio is underground boom bap hip hop. Okay. Corona Stodo dog food. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have a full project from them. So obviously we're gonna go through the first track here. Let's see, Abstract Darkness. So Corona Stodo dog food. So I assume. Wait. So which track is this off of the? Or is it just... Oh, okay, Abstract Darkness is the first track. Okay. So let's get into it. Here's Johnny. Abstract Darkness. First time submitting artist. Let's get into it.
Son, I understand you're on crack. Now, I want you off crack. I don't want you to be a crackhead.
Watch off crack.
Johnny B. Bad, Young Static, only the ancestors. Black Cruiser.
All this crack lies.
Hey yo, throw 2 points over the O like Dennis Schroeder. Got fiends that'll spend with me until next October. Separate your chest from shoulders, put in a trance. Throw in my pants, nickname it the lead loader. Suppressed blowers turn into intestines explosives. As I speak clay art, Johnny the message molder. Death Cobra soldier on your skin like a neck choker. Bought weed with the best odor, hit me or call me. Drug plug at 5 types of food like an Indian thali. I'm at the gas pump selling jumps to Cindy and Carly. The Billy on me shot straps like I've been in the army. I glide like a shark, you're like the fin of a sardine. Seen killers beat life and serve the city with Molly. Synthetic injections turn Jason to reptilian zombies. I'm not feeling bad for your pity party riddle path. British like to give African reparations to Trinidad. The mission be to mix history with the bit of math. Half sipping smack, running food, call it dinner dash. Like built up wax, lift the back, wasn't hearing his ass. He stayed getting told on us like dealing with rats. Still in my lap, raising roots make ceilings detach. Spill my wrath, reverse brake fluid fills my flask. Murderous mind, hills have eyes, my heels on tabs. I'm like a tablet crusher, I had them pills on smash.
What the fuck?
I feel immortal. I was made in the future, I used the portal. The whole camp enhanced and usual, amped and abnormal. Can't be cordial with every dog you used to ain't beautiful. The world ain't cute for you, bitch, it's awful. I pray my vision different when I'm old and thoughtful. Hope I enjoy them fruits that I grew is costful. My views and the rules, thought the rules was the same. Keep it two in every state you gone to. Be a fool if you want to. A clean slate to get your plate clean. Bitches deemed harmful, cake harmful. Fiends beg for dog food, bought two like Marmaduke. I make moves and I'm back to the room with the arguables. Listen, I'm in the kitchen whipping some excellent dishes. Fiends fixing, I'm dishing music like brick units. Flexing like Crunch Fitness, the audio chemist. Cold like a 30 below with some bad intentions. Rhymes only goes written by the most high. I might have died inside the trenches. Be honest though, my notepad be a dope pad. It's no tag with the gat, this toe tag. Go back, I'm in all black like it's witchcraft. And I laugh to the bank, so comical.
Holy shit. Wow. So there was a lot of like muscle in this. Like there's a lot of writing fucking muscle. Just the amount of like writing skill in this song alone is like actually fucking crazy. Again, that's an insane way to kick off a project. That would make any listener want to kind of continue and see what this project is all about, because that was a heavy intro. That was very, very heavy. Super well done. Super fucking well done. So, first time submitting artists, of course, per usual. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're talk about the overall theme of Abstract Darkness. So, man, oh man. All right. Let's talk instrumental. Very interesting instrumental choice. It's a very like minimalistic kind of style, right? Not much going on here, but it's very powerful. Um, you know, the main melody is insane. The subtle drums are kind of like uh very interesting. You know what I mean? And like a lot of the smaller effects kind of doing a lot of good support here. So took like a minimalist approach here, but I do think that that was good and like a solid idea for like what they wanted to kind of achieve with this track. But with that said, the mix for it is great. You know what I mean? Nothing clashing to overbearing. Drums are really solid. Sound selection's really solid. Vocals sit nice. Everything kind of has its own space. Nothing that I would like really ultimately change here. The instrumental mix is definitely right where it needs to be. 100%. You know, crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point, without a doubt, for sure. Hmm. Their instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. You know, I kind of want to do say melody, I kind of want to say it because you know it was one of those things that was so prominent here, but it was very much like very eerie and also very serious. You know what I mean? So it kind of made you take the track itself serious. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about this. It's very much on that on that like impact spectrum for sure, and it makes a grand impact. So for me, definitely the melody. But structure could be a close second. Structure and drums are definitely up there, but for me, definitely melody for sure. Um, Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix for both Statics and Johnny. Fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Both sounded really nice on this instrumental. Again, drums cut through nicely. Vocals sat nice in the instrumental. They both have like pretty solid natural voices, right? So you kind of want to let that shine, just freshen it up a bit, polish it up, make sure it's loud and clear and crispy, and kind of send it on its way. And I feel like they all did a really good job delivering vocals too, so that just makes the mix even more better. So the mix is fantastic. Definitely a solid vocal mix when it comes down to that, for sure. Vocal shining star. You know, flow and cadence is definitely up there, but for me, writing clears. Like writing was so insane here. Just absolutely so insane. Like the pure lyrical skill in this track alone is fucking nuts. And again, is gonna make any first time listener want to continue to listening to this project and be like, okay, like what the fuck we got here? You know what I mean? So it's really one of those feelings. It's like, man, like writing just clears on this, just absolutely fucking clears. So for me, definitely writing, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. Man, oh man, oh man. Insane cover. Insane cover. I love the creativity here. Kind of doubling up like two photos, right? And then you kind of have the parental advisory in the first photo, and then the names and the text in the bottom right. You know what I mean? It's giving that like abandoned building, poor neighborhood, kind of like rundown building feeling to it, for sure. So this is like perfect, especially with like the black and white on it. Super simple but very effective. I like this for a project as well. It's too good to be a single. But this is one that definitely like looks really solid with a project. So aesthetics definitely on point. It has that eerie feeling that Abstract Darkness does as well. So I feel like they did a really good job with that. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme of Abstract Darkness. I mean, they both spoke about a lot of like dark subjects per se, but I wouldn't say that there's like one ultimate theme here. I feel like they both kind of really almost introduced themselves and really were able to kind of like get current frustrations off their chest when it comes down to life shit, relationship shit, world shit. You know what I mean? So the writing and lyrical ability here is something you definitely want to go in and appreciate for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Here's Johnny. Make sure you go follow them on Bandcamp. And of course, make sure you go follow Johnny on Twitter. They are one follower away from 30 or 11 away from 40. So make sure you go show some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of YouTube free upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all the good jazz is on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love. If you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking get it. So, up next, we have the homie, No Face Rapper. So, it's been a while since we heard from No Face Rapper. A very, very, very talented hip hop artist. Made a track titled The God Loves Me. Let's go check this out, man. I'm down. Got a little Bandcamp link here. I'm ready. From Filthiness is next to a Godliness. Okay, so this is off their project. All right. But we have God Loves Me here by No Face Rapper. Well, let's get into it.
Filthy. You already know what time it is. Phantom Slime, what up? You already know what time it is. Luna, what up? Yeah. Face. Never fear rejection. Look, live from the 703. A lot of rappers from my city, but ain't none of them me. Disgusted by these regular rappers touching them beats. Producers, y'all need to discuss it with me, cause I'm the one that you need. I'm not who you thought I was, like you was prejudiced. They recognize the gifted, that's regardless of the preference. The messages, stick to your guns like white Americans. Y'all know the ones I'm referring to, it's so embarrassing. Never rejection hit, the brand strong, I stand tall. Fans marching through my band camp like it's an anthem. I can't fall, I can't fail. They still trying to mimic Pac. Y'all hit them up style as Blue Cantrell, I can't tell. A portrait of a tradesman, assorting and arranging. A swordsman in the matrix, ignoring all the hatred. A portion of my paper to the Lord to get some favor. The sources of my anger brought me fortune from the labor, that's the truth. Ain't nothing changed, I'm in my own lane. I'm confident, blame it on God. That's a fact, my grandma Ben said I was in. I got the whip clean, if it is pristine, you can blame it on God. I went to the car wash and got the $40 platinum. To the ground I fell, but I ain't really fell. You can blame it on God. That's on everything I love, boy. You can blame it on God.
Oh, this is tough.
Yes, you can blame it on God. Ay, it's a time for war and time for peace. The mouth of sheep close quickly when the lion speaks. For real, Jesus Christ, the only one I'm dying to meet. Deliberate practice got me climbing to the highest peaks. I had a problem with 10,000 hours. Y'all been practicing at lower levels. Now you feeling power. Disembowel. This is power. Dissonance from dissidents. I'll diss a coward. Put the
Holy shit.
CD, play the disc around you. This is how you dominate. Please do not let this surround you. I don't want to disendow you. I don't want your bread for real. For my amusement, money circulating like a Ferris wheel. Iron giant scary still. This that grown man Annie Merrifield. Very real. Any strike that's thrown against the NFR gets parried still. I am so prepared to.
Wow.
Don't get jealous when you see the shining coming through your door like here's Johnny. NFR. Ain't nothing changed. I'm in my own lane. I'm confident. Blame it on God. That's a fact. My grandma Ben said I was in. I got the whip clean. If it is pristine, you can blame it on God. I went to the car wash and got the $40 platinum. To the ground I fell, but I ain't really fell. You can blame it on God. That's on everything I love, boy. You can blame it on God.
The hook is sick.
You can blame it on God.
The hook is really, really, like, creative as fuck, to be honest. I like that. That was a crazy submission. It's been a while since we heard from No Face Rapper, so that was definitely a pleasure. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, so let's get into it, man. We're gonna talk about 3 things here, because that was nuts. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. Talk about the overall theme. God Loves Me. So let's talk instrumental. I love the choice as well. Very chill, laid back, but also mean, kind of like heavy instrumental too. So I feel like that was really, really fucking soft. Let's see here. So instrumental mix is fantastic. Everything's nice and vibrant. Nothing's clashing to overbearing. Nothing that I would like ultimately change here about this instrumental at all. Drums cut through nicely. Sound selection's nice. Vocals sit nice. Nothing that I would really change here at all, to be completely honest with you. The instrumental mix is absolutely fantastic. This producer definitely did a really good job, for sure. Instrumental Shining Star. You know, the drums are up there, right? The drums are definitely up there, but the melody is so prominent and so fucking memorable, man. The melody is definitely so memorable. For me, definitely the melody, but I feel like drums are a close second, though. Drums are definitely a close second. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is great. I remember No Face Rapper, from their last submission having a really solid vocal mix, but this one definitely is like super crisp, like super super fucking crisp. I love a lot of the smaller effects and a lot of the smaller processing and just how much air went into these vocals, and yet they still sound so very crisp and clean and like just really right where they need to be for this style. So for me, a vocal mix is very much on point. Not even a question. Not even a question. So vocal mix solid, vocal shining star. I like the hook a lot. I do agree that was really creative. But the writing throughout the whole track in general, including the hook, is really fucking nuts. Very creative, but also very much like complex writing too. Like there's a lot of bars that like, maybe like the average person wouldn't really like understand or things like that. Like No Face Rapper really like wrote their ass off here. So really well done when it comes to writing. So flowing cadence and delivery is definitely up there too. But for me, definitely writing for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics, insane cover. It has this like smudged painting kind of feel, but also still getting that like minimal album feel across to it. Like this is an insane cover. It looked great on a vinyl. It looked great on a CD. One of those covers that's like very raw but very much in your face kind of cover, So I like that a lot. Minimal but straight to the point, and absolutely one of those that like has an album feel to it for sure. So aesthetics very much on point. Overall theme. So this was track 4 off of a 8-track album. Okay. So raw tapestry of sonic rebellion and lyrical flavor, weaving through the. Yeah, like this is a very interesting track in specific, right? Specifically talking about God Loves Me. Like this is one where I feel like religion and spirituality and like all these wonderful and interesting things were also mixed with like a lot of like real life shit, right? So No Face Rapper didn't go too deep into it, but also they like got enough off their chest per se, or kind of like how they feel about it as well. So the mix of like life and like other forms of like spirituality and religion was like a really fine line. I feel like No Face Rapper did a really good job with it, because they just let their writing take over and just say what they wanted to say, and it came out really really fucking solid. So to me, well done, my friend, well done. With that said, huge shout out to No Face Rapper. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Bandcamp, and of course make sure you go follow No Face Rapper on Twitter. They are approaching 1.1k on the Bird app. They are very close, so show them some love over there on Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. Of course, if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking go. So, with that said, that's going to do it for episode 191 of the Music Mondays podcast. Say some goodbyes. Let's get some shout outs. Let's show some love. Let's talk about what's coming this week on Music Mondays, some updates, all that good jazz. Let's get into it, my friends. So, let's talk about it. Let's go. So, huge shout out to everybody that tuned in, showed love, and beautiful. Huge shout out to Black Silk. Huge shout out to Lucha Libro. Huge shout out to Onwuka, Offspring Mysterious, Money Green Music, Marco Pernice, Jordan, Mac 2 times, King Mark, Egyptian, Bloodcat, Johnny B. Bad, and No Face Rapper, and Nick. Huge shout out to Iki Dog, Absono, Jara, Laveries, and Grizzly Fog. You guys are amazing. But huge shout out to all of our patrons as well that submitted tonight: Jordan, Mark, and Laveries. Shout out to all of our other patrons. Quite literally, all of you guys are amazing. So thank you. Ryuki, Kruger, King Mark, Laveries, Homie Jordan. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And huge shout out to everybody that came through and showed love during the stream tonight, even if you just lurked and chilled. Thank you. per usual, you're going to see some major updates here on Music Mondays this week. It's a big week for us. We have a lot going on at Music Mondays, so make sure you come through and make sure you follow us on your favorite social media at All Music Mondays, Twitter, Facebook, and quite literally, you guys know the drill. So make sure you follow us and go all of our socials some love and stay up to date, man. So well, let's see. So yeah, I said at the start of the show, per usual, Music Mondays is definitely going through a lot of interesting projects right now. Cyberfest 2, we're dealing with merch, upgrading the Patreon, so many crazy things going on. So again, make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays to stay up to date with all of that. Expect a weekly article this Friday and a whole lot of other side content during the week. So again, it's imperative that you follow us on your favorite social, man. Very, very important. But with that said, this episode of the Music Mondays podcast will be available on all audio platforms this Thursday, and it'll be on Patreon tonight. So make sure you go check out our Patreon for that as well. And of course, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for submissions, because if you're watching this live, submissions open tomorrow, September 17th. And make sure if you're watching this anywhere else, you go submit your tracks, because submissions are live now. So again, we'll be live next Monday for episode 191 of the Music Mondays podcast, or episode 192. Sorry, we'll have episode next week for episode 192. And of course, with that said, again, make sure you follow us on all socials at All Music Mondays, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud. You know the drill, man. And of course, make sure you follow me at ZomSlays. Follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All my socials, all the good stuff's linked down below. I'll be live tomorrow, per usual, for a regular stream, but we'll be live next Monday for episode 192 of the Music Mondays podcast. I love you guys. Be safe, and we'll see you next time for Music Mondays, and I'll be live tomorrow. So be safe. I love you. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Let's fucking go.